we want to innovate and create world-changing products repeatedly, we need a radical new approach for innovation. In this radical product thinking video, we're going to explore where iteration falls short and what we can do differently. Until now, we've learned that iteration is what unlocks innovation. Methodologies such as Lean Startup and Agile have taught us to harness the power of iteration. We've learned that the best way to build products is to build something, launch it in the market, measure what's resonating with customers, and then learn from data and refine our product through iterations. So why isn't this enough for world-changing innovation? It's because what we measure and learn from are typically metrics that are short-term indicators of success. For example, revenues or user engagement. So while this approach helps you optimize for the short term, you may really be missing out on the long term. This is what I call being iteration-led. When you're iteration-led, the process of iteration and optimization will make you feel like you're winning in your corner of the world. You may find a local maximum. In the meanwhile, you may be missing out on the global maximum against a competitor who's vision-driven. Being vision-driven means having a vision for where you want to go in the long term and pursuing it systematically. Now, this is not to say that iteration is bad. In fact, iteration is the equivalent of having a fast car. It helps you innovate faster. You want that. The problem, though, is it doesn't tell you where you should be going in the long term. This is where radical product thinking comes in. Radical product thinking is a methodology that's the equivalent of handing you a map so that you can locate where you are and figure out where you're going to go and how you'll get there. So what you really need is this map and a fast car, meaning you need both radical product thinking and iteration. This methodology helps you harness the power of both vision and iteration through a set of practical tools. It helps you create a vision for the change you and your team want to see in the world. You can then create a strategy to translate your vision into a set of actionable steps. But even when you have a vision and strategy, you have to balance that with the reality of your short-term business needs. And this is where the radical product thinking approach to prioritization comes in. In execution and measurement, iteration, of course, plays an important role. But in the radical product thinking way, your iterations and what you measure are driven by a clear vision, strategy, and priorities. But most importantly, these radical product thinking tools help you communicate your rationale to your team so that you can bring them along with you on the journey. It's really easy to become iteration-led because of all the short-term business pressures. But this systematic approach helps you stay vision-driven and translate a vision into tactical everyday activities. So if you want to build world-changing products, you can download the toolkit for free at radicalproduct.com. And remember, help is just an email away. You can email me at hello@radicalproduct.com.